Look how adorable. You see them in all of the posh boutiques. Adorable bags and sweatshirts with stitched sentiments that add both texture and detail, right? Well, did you know you can actually customize your own design? With a simple chain stitch, I'm told, you can weave any words you want. Courtney Sargent is here to show us how. We are bowing down to your creativity and your talent. This is amazing.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. This is fun.
Thank you for being here and for being willing to share. You love doing this. It's an outlet that you really find enjoyment in.
Absolutely.
What about this project speaks to you? I mean, the aesthetic, like the look alone, is just so fun.
I think I love that you can simply add your own mark on something that is ordinary and just like take it up a notch.
Yes.
With a simple stitch.
I'm not going to force you into a critical corner, but sometimes when you're at the boutique and you peek at the price tag for some of these items,
absolutely.
do you do a little hiccup?
I do because I mean, I feel like a lot of it you can do. If you just take a little time and practice, you can make some neat things.
We're going to look at some different applications, but does the thickness of the material matter? Like, is a thicker sweatshirt better?
I mean, you can adjust accordingly. Like, it's really trendy right now with the little sweaters, and those you can do a chunkier yarn.
Look how cute.
A heavier texture, but you can also do fine work. There's a lot of different ways you can adjust your tools to make what you want.
To make it work. So you've done the sweaters. These are to die for. They're so, I'm going to say so cute, probably about 50,000 times. A onesie, I guess that answers my question, more of a flimsy material.
Yes, that's a little finer. That I would probably use your regular DMC, but I would like reduce the number of strands.
Okay.
And yeah, it just makes it a little finer.
You've done these bags, you've done dish towels, you've done sweatshirts, and I'm giggling at some of the quotes. Are you always just looking for phrases?
You know what, always. But also there's some things that are a little more on trend. Like the grandma sweatshirts are really trendy right now.
Is that what that's called?
Yes, like you put, you know, the grandma name. Like my sister goes by Mimi. And then you have her grandkids' names, and as she continues to have grandkids,
Mimi has a granddaughter named Cozy. I want to be adopted into that family. Are you kidding me?
They are the cutest kids too. You can't beat it.
So fun.
And it's really popular right now to like show your school pride.
Yeah.
And wear a sweatshirt to the game and go Utes, go Cougs.
Right.
Or, you know, my daughter plays for East, so right now I have to represent her and cheer for her.
Go East. What does she play?
She plays soccer.
Go East.
Yep.
And we were laughing. I know it's a birthday gift. Can we talk about it?
Yes, you can. My mother-in-law needs her Dr. Pepper. It's very serious.
You were on a trip with her, and you said you heard her say this a million times.
A million times. She could not find it in Greece, and so when she did, she carried it around in her purse for days. So anyway, she's getting it. I need a Dr. Pepper sweatshirt.
This is fantastic. Okay, what supplies do we need to get started?
So you just want to, once you've decided on your project and you know your design, you want to determine what needle size and what thread you want to use, which again, you can use a finer thread like your regular DMC floss that you can separate out into finer strands, or I love to use this pearl DMC, which is just a little bit thicker and is demonstrated in some of these. That's a little bit more pronounced.
I'm sorry for the basic non-sewer sort of question here, but I can see where the thickness of thread would affect the look or the aesthetic. How does the needle affect the look?
So a needle, you most often when you're embroidering want to use a sharp pointed needle.
Okay.
It will pierce the fabric better. Some fabrics will snag if you use a sharp, so there are blunt point. Or for instance on the sweaters, you need to have a little bit bigger yarn needle so that you can thread your yarn through it and go through.
So that's more the
weave.
function and less about the fashion.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I see two embroidery hoops here, which makes you a very brave woman, a very brave friend.
I promise. And with a little bit of practice, you're gonna get so good at it.
Okay.
I love it.
I love your confidence. Albeit misplaced, I love you. What have we done so far? What have you done?
So I have written Sunday. I loved my grandma's tea towels that were embroidered. I remember those so fondly.
Yes.
So I like to use this invisible, it's water-soluble ink.
Okay.
So when you draw on this, later you just run it underwater and it will disappear.
Magic.
So yeah, so we've written Sunday and we have our threaded needle.
And are you tracing, Courtney, or are you
you can trace. I have a daughter with great handwriting, so I make her write a lot of my things. But if you have a tracing tablet, or you can actually use, this is water-soluble embroidery paper that you can buy at the craft store, and you can write or print. So if you don't like your own handwriting, you can get on at the computer and find what you like and print it right out. And then you peel off the back, stick it onto your your project, and then when you're done, you again run it through water, and it will dissolve. And just
because
leave your
a lot of times in the creative sphere, we say embrace your handwriting. This is one project where I say don't. Actually, make sure you have good handwriting. You want it to be readable.
You do, but also it's kind of fun that it is you, that it's personalized.
All right,
so go with it, even if you don't feel confident.
Okay, now what?
Okay, so we're going to take our needle and thread. It's knotted at the bottom, and we're going to come up through the back of our work.
Oh my gosh.
At the beginning of our design.
Okay.
Oh,
just kind of eyeball it.
Yep.
Okay.
Right there, and just
so far so good.
Pull it all the way through.
Yep.
And then we're going to come down right next to it.
Right, left, doesn't matter?
Nice and snug. Nope, doesn't matter.
But next door.
Next door.
Okay.
Yep. Perfect.
I'm holding my breath. I've got to remind myself to breathe. I so want to do well for you, Courtney.
But sorry, I should have said, but don't pull it all the way through. But look, we can back it up. Look, we're just gonna back it up.
I was trying so hard.
No, but you
stitch
did
one.
You did a
stitch
lovely
one?
stitch.
Okay.
Yes, you did a lovely stitch.
She saved
so
me.
before you pull it all the way through, you want to have like this little loop. So you've got, it's almost your chain.
Okay.
So you're gonna bring your needle back up on your work. On your design.
On the word?
Sorry, yes, on the word.
Okay.
And I kind of have my thumb just holding that little loop, but it's okay.
I do too.
Okay, perfect.
I do too now.
You come up through the center of it.
Oh, through the center of the loop?
Yep.
Oh, hold on.
You're almost there.
Oh gosh, I want to do this. Here we go.
You got it. You
through
got
the
it.
loop. Hold on.
I promise it will get easier with practice.
Okay, hold on. Got it.
And then you're going to kind of pull and, okay, we've got a knot. You're going to pull it till it's nice and snug against that. And you've just made your first chain.
All the way?
Yeah, all the way. And just kind of fold it down. Yep.
Flat?
Yep.
Okay.
And
okay.
You made your first chain.
Okay.
And to do your second, you're just going to go again right down through your work.
Through the loop.
Yep.
Okay.
Right next to it.
I can see where this would be really soothing, satisfying.
It is. You get good at it. You can do it while you're watching a show.
Yes.
And you can make something so quick. You can just add a simple little border to a onesie in no time.
Then I go next door.
So you come back up through your loop again.
Through my loop.
And you're just going to keep following that process.
This is so fun. How long, beginner style, how long would this take you?
Not too long.
Hard question.
Probably an hour.
Okay.
I would say for a beginner.
But you get good and you get fast.
Get good. Like, for instance, the little sweater, that was under a half an hour.
Oh, my goodness.
Just to add a little touch to something that you...
Well, as a giftable, sorry to cut you off, as a giftable, you buy something basic and all of a sudden you turn it into something fabulous.
It up really quick. And people just love that personal touch. They love knowing it's from you and that you took the time to just add a little something cute.
Well, I've loved learning from you. I can see why you're such a great teacher. In fact, you offer classes.
Yes, I actually am teaching an embroidery class at a cute creative studio in Salt Lake City called Fair.
Okay.
And you can find more information about that class on their Instagram, and that's fair.slc. And there's just the most amazing wide variety of classes there and great creators, so people should really check it out.
I'm so glad to know about it. I will, and I'm so glad to meet you. Thank you for sharing your positivity.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your confidence. I hope I didn't let you down.
No, you didn't. You can do it.
We'll link you over to Fair's Instagram so you can view their class schedule, and if you want, reserve your seat, and you do in Courtney's class. Thank you again. Great job.